Go figure, day 11. Max, what is your full name? I asked. Maximiliano, he said proudly. Where are you from? I asked. I emigrated from the city of Ronda, Spain as a teen. Now I'm a citizen of both the US and Spain. Wonderful, I said. I thought something like that from your accent. I just want to make sure that you know I'm not from Spain and my heritage is not from Spain. What? Said Max. But you are the Spaniard. My heart sank. Would this whole great opportunity disappear? Lesson on the left. It's always better to face concerns head on and as early as possible. If you put off addressing a problem, it can grow and become harder to handle. So, behind the scenes, Ronda, Spain is a place in Spain, in southern Spain, in the province of Malaga. That is the first place that I went to when I was studying Spanish in college. I traveled overseas. I went to southern Spain, Ronda in Spanish. Unbelievable, beautiful place, wonderful people. It's got a near and dear place in my heart. That is why I brought it to the book. And then also, I am not Spanish. So a lot of people ask me where my nickname comes from. I could look Spanish. A lot of people think I'm Spanish. I'm not. I was a Spanish teacher for 3 years. A lot of you already know this, but I was a Spanish teacher. I'll give you the quick, and I hope I'm not spoiling anything for the future. But my wrestling coach used to call me Antonio Banderas because I had long, dark, curly hair. And then eventually that morphed into the Spaniard. And then when I started fighting, I don't want to say I needed to pick a nickname, but I picked a nickname. And I went with the Spaniard. So the Spaniard nickname comes from comes from my history of teaching Spanish. I taught junior and senior high Spanish. The lesson on the left. It's always better to face concerns head on and as early as possible. If you put off addressing a problem, it can grow and become harder to handle. This is such a valuable lesson and something that I hope you put into practice. It is really hard to have an uncomfortable situation. It is really hard to face a problem. So many times we'll see something that makes us uncomfortable or that scares us or that worries us. Maybe it's a conversation you got to have with mom or dad or with your teacher, or you got caught doing something. You're just waiting for it to all come crashing down. That is a really difficult feeling and situation to deal with. One of my trainers, Justin, when I started training with him, years ago, I would travel to Philadelphia, and he was just starting a business in Philadelphia. Stay Fly Muay Thai is his Muay Thai gym. And he had said to me, he said, he and I were talking about, okay, you're going to be my trainer, but how is this going to work? Am I going to pay you a flat fee? Am I going to give you a commission of what I make? How does that work? Because fighters fight, but fighters have trainers, and those trainers are working to make their fighters great fighters so they can win. So it's work. So the fighters owe something to the trainers. And he said, hey, I'd rather have an uncomfortable 90-second conversation now than it develop into a giant problem that we have to talk about later. So I'll never forget that. And it ties into this lesson. Face your concerns head on as early as possible. As uncomfortable as it is now, it's a much better approach than just running from those problems. Jamie Foxx, who is a famous actor, comedian, musician, artist in general. I was listening to him on a podcast, and he had said something that stuck with me. What's on the other side of fear? Nothing. All of these things, granted, there are things that are scary, that are tough to get through. But once you get through them, a lot of times, so many times, you realize that, oh, that's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Even if it is tough and challenging and bad, getting it off your chest is such a relief. And then you can move forward. You can move toward healing or getting past that obstacle. Better to face concerns head on and as early as possible.